Hello and greetings from Iceland. Sadly, I have only bad news today and I'm starting in Grindavik, but the town will be evacuated again next Monday, which is a major setback because the winter fishing season is about to start and the life there was getting back to normal little by little since the infrastructure had already been fixed for the most part, but there is a reason for this. Some of you may have heard of the accident in Grindavik this week. It occurred when a contractor was filling up one of the fissures from the November 10th rifting event, in this case by a residential house. He was using a ground compactor, but the fissure under there turned out to be way larger than previously believed. The ground opened and the man fell down. He has not been found. Over 100 emergency responders did everything they could. Many of them put themselves in grave danger. They used an excavator to dig down to a small opening where a wider cavity was found all the way down to groundwater, so deep that the effects of the tides could be felt there, and it is in fact a river that streams down to the sea. The rescue workers tried just about anything, 3D scanning and even a mini submarine, but the search had to be called off after 3 days. Everything that could be done was done. And as we can imagine, this is a big shock for the residents of Grindavik. Not just the loss, but also the fear that there might be similar cavities elsewhere under the town. And this situation changed the risk assessment, of course. So this afternoon it was announced formally that the town will be evacuated fully again, most likely for 3 weeks. Or until the area has been scanned. And that is where I have a few remarks. No journalist asked at this meeting if the town had already been scanned for cavities. And I found an article just now where it was admitted that some scanning was done, but reading through the lines is obvious that the town has not been fully scanned for cavities. This is in fact hard to believe. I did my own market research yesterday. It took me 30 minutes to find out that the GPR technology or ground penetration radars can detect cavities down to 30 meters, but it depends of course on the type of soil and more factors and how advanced tools they use. But it was obvious to me right away that this technology is very effective, even with drones, because otherwise the operator has to push the device in front of him like a lawnmower. And this technology is getting so good that it can even see through concrete, like cavities under the slab. And after my little market research yesterday, I'm a bit shocked. And I'm asking myself, how come that no one came up with this idea to scan the whole town after the disaster November 10th? I mean the complete town, since this technology is so good and it is not very expensive. It's not as we need a container ship to bring it to us. It's more like going on eBay and get it with DHL in a few days. Or get skilled engineers from abroad with their own tools to teach our people how to interpret the data. However, this is all very new to us. I might be wrong about how effective this technology is, but when we look at the surface and what went on, we have to ask, did we skip something that we should have done? And I actually don't know what to say more about this. This was just an extremely sad accident. And I still believe that the town will be a safe place after we literally get to the bottom of this, since the technology seems to be there and we know exactly where the main fissure is. So the town needs to be scanned with the best possible technology at certain intervals while the ground still settles. There are of course people who will say, why bother to get the town going again? And it's a good question, like we are still waiting for an eruption that might occur nearby, but the lava barriers around the town are almost ready and they reflect the will of the people there, although the town will never be quite the same, and this accident is not making things any simpler and might prevent a lot of people from moving back. This has been in the news now for days, and in fact this was the second disaster in just a few days on the Reykjanes Peninsula. There was a traffic accident on the road to Grindavik last week when a cement truck and a passenger car collided, and the couple in the passenger car died, and the third disaster, not involving the Reykjanes Peninsula though, occurred yesterday when 2 tourists died in a car crash in South Iceland. Again, 2 cars coming from the opposite direction collided. Although the road system in Iceland has improved a lot in recent decades, and the number of fatalities has decreased enormously, the increased number of tourists has been changing those good numbers we have been getting to the worse again due to serious highway accidents, and I cannot emphasize enough that Icelandic highways always require special caution, so please be careful out there when you come visit. But as for me, like I mentioned in my last update, things are still hectic, and tonight there was a little uptick in seismic activity near Grindavik, but I need a bit more activity to get on the road, although it might be tomorrow if it looks like a good day for travel, and I hope that I will have something more positive for you next time. And with that, I'm sending you best regards from the volcano island, Iceland.